Hello, this is Daniel Michael from the Warrior Seed Project. And it's Wednesday, it's gray, but it's nice, and I'm at the Washington County Free Public Library. Think of stress as an altered state of consciousness based on genuine hormonal and electrical imbalance. Now, it's real. In a sense, it's normal and it's natural. But it doesn't have to be a default state. It's biologically linked. It's an imprint that comes from our primal survival mechanism. Your brain is still, through energetic imprint, still always looking to survive. Its job is to keep you alive. So in the absence of a genuine danger, it begins to sort of overact and continue to fire off these alarm signals through your nervous system that there's still something to be mortally afraid of. It's a habit. It's what our brains do, the reptile part of our brain. I will say this, so don't be ashamed of your fear. It's a normal, physical, biological reaction. You might be saying, why am I overreacting to this? Why? Because it's normal. You are not overly unique. We're unique as individuals, but this isn't unique to you. We all go through this, just at different levels. But it doesn't have to be your default state. It doesn't have to be how you are all the time. It can be adjusted. Yes, it can be adjusted, but not eradicated. You wouldn't want your alarm system to completely go away. I had crippling anxiety and depression myself as I was falling apart. And trust me, I'm about 80% or 90% not living in that fear-based state. Don't underestimate the power of that liberation, folks. Theanine, we'll talk now about one helper, one weapon, physically. L-theanine helps with mood and focus by helping balancing serotonin and dopamine levels. Yes, it's an amino acid. Mental sharpness, focus, as a result of lower stress, increasing GABA levels, G-A-B-A. GABA is a neurotransmitter, gamma-amino butyric acid. Gamma-amino butyric acid improves mood and helps properly regulated sleep. And I can attest to it, it does. It can be found in tea, yogurt, mushrooms, matcha. Its worst noted side effects were dizziness, headache, and upset stomach. Its side effect side of the equation, which is one of the reasons I picked theanine and GABA, are very lightweight for the reward that can come. Now, I mentioned it coming from tea and matcha, which is sort of a form of tea. But you might want a no caffeine option, and that would be Xericomus badius or bay ballet, which is a mushroom. That specific mushroom is the one that contains that GABA quality, as well as spinach, sweet potatoes. There's also the fermented kimchi, miso, and tempeh. That's not everybody's favorite three foods, I understand. Fermented cabbage. We'll move on, though, because you can also get these benefits from Parmesan cheese and tomato. So lots of Parmesan cheese on your pizza, right? Also, herbally, mistletoe, pokeweed, valerian, like the old witch's sleeping potions, St. John's wort, angelica, passion flower. During fermentation, this strain of bacteria, Levulactobacillus brevis, will convert glutamate into GABA, so for the fermented products. Glutamate, by the way, is an amino acid, a neurotransmitter, naturally found, as I mentioned a little earlier, in Parmesan cheese, tomatoes, and here we go circling back to mushrooms again. You can also find these theanine/GABA qualities in supplements. There are various drinks out there. I have found them to be extremely effective and safe. highly minimal side effects except for the drowsiness sometimes, which sometimes that's what you want. You want something to relax you. It helps with sleep regulation. One thing, adding again to the de-stressing component, it might give you some nice dreams as well, is mugwort tea, containing camphor and other calming elements, antioxidants, even having some lactones with anti-inflammatory properties. It has these building blocks, these terpenes, these isoprenoids, these molecule builders as well. It does really seem to calm the electricity in the heart. Works beautifully for me. I always have mugwort in my cabinet. And affordable. These are ways I recommend to physically, if you don't believe in the mental tricks, techniques, if you don't believe in the meditation, this is ways I believe physically, scientifically, in our ability, chemically, hormonally, electrically, communicate with our brains. Hey, everything is okay. I am not in immediate danger. That's what you're telling your brain when you take these things. And I'm telling you things, by the way, that I do personally. So I'm very passionate about this. I also occasionally take kava, but I'm not talking about that today. So don't be ashamed of your stress or your fear. It's a completely normal function of your brain. Stop making it any more extra special than that. You could engage in the mental techniques like the observer effect. Say, I see you fear, I see you anxiety. And that helps beautifully get you through the moment. I see you anger. Treat it like a visitor because it is. It's an altered state. It's an imbalance. You're not supposed to always be that on guard. And it's related to being on guard to survive. It's primal. So, these are new allies, or if they're new to you, allies, theanine, GABA, mugwort tea, I recommend to just about anyone to convince your brain, biologically, physically, that I'm not in danger, that everything is okay, or at least not in any extra special danger. Because you've probably said to yourself, why am I so worried about this issue? It's because it sparked that alarm, and that alarm system kind of is overworking. I think you all do get the point. So stop identifying yourself. This is important as well, and I'll wrap it up here. Stop identifying yourself as stressed. Don't go, I'm just the kind of person that's stressed. Stop identifying yourself also as complex. Yes, the human body is complex. My favorite counselor used to say, complex is not a compliment. That was Sarge. You want to simplify. Your system's overreacting. That's the issue. How do we solve the issue? Take things that help the system not overreact. Engage also in mental techniques. Spiritual techniques if you're inclined. I personally am spiritual, but some people are not. Either way, what I'm saying applies. I'm a living example. That's why I bring so much passion to this issue. I really do use everything I've mentioned. From Washington County Free Library here in my home in the mountains, Hagerstown, Maryland. This is Warrior Seed, Meditation is a Weapon, on this Wednesday afternoon. It's gray, but it's really quite nice outside. Temperature is still really nice. Thank you all. And remember, don't be ashamed of your fear. It's natural. But it doesn't have to be a full-time stressed out state.